Rightio, just going to do a quick little walk around of the beast. Got the winch at the front because you need that as a window cleaner. Come around to the side here, the first toolbox, we've got our 75 litre fridge full of ice cold beers. There's water in there too, probably. Back here, got a little, excuse me, storage compartment. The Makita batteries stored neatly on the wall there. Got these on eBay, but you can get them in most tool shops these days, I believe. This little shelving unit here is just made out of marine ply. Ignore that one, I will finish it one day. I'll just screw it together for this last camping trip we're on. So it's not finished. Everything looks neat when you put a bit of black paint on it and marine carpet, but yeah, it's actually really easy to build. So if you're decking out a ute or something, hopefully you're decking out a ute, not a van, fly feeder, yeah, have a go. It's pretty easy to do. Also, if you want some cool goodies, Dun & Watson, I've got this fridge slide off them, but man, they have some cool toys if you're decking stuff out. So check them out, or don't, I don't really care. We've got the pure sine wave inverter. Don't know what's pure about it, but probably good. DC-DC charger into this little box here, what stores energy. This little monitor here comes in handy. It tells you how many volts, it tells you how many amp hours whatever's plugged into it has used, so I really quite like that. Look that up on eBay as a watt meter. If you go and buy it at Super Cheap Auto, the exact same thing, same stick and everything, is $80. On eBay it's $20, so there's a free tip. Got a little 12 volt pump under here. Can't really see that, but hopefully you can. Bit of hose there, that feeds out of our tank in the back there, which fits rather snugly. Speaking of tanks, here's our twin tank DI setup from Window Cleaning World. Quite like this setup. I like it so much I've done it now in 3 utes. I've got a TDS probe in between the first and second tank, and one coming out of the second tank. That's goes to this little doohickey here that tells me what tank's doing what. Keep that undercover like I have here because they don't like being out in the weather. I suppose that's 0.1 to a van, but still, utes are better. Come around to the back here, got a bit of storage space for whatever you might need, buckets, little ladder, so on and so forth. There's our tank, and on this side we've got our reels mounted. They're just the two Bunnings J-Flex reels. I quite like them. On the D-Max, I think it's been about 4 years. The only issue I've had is this little plastic handle's broken, but it's still very usable without that. For the hose, we've got Ionics, what was it, 8mm ID hose. I really didn't like it when I first got it. I thought it was too hard to work with. It sort of does hold its shape pretty well. But over the time I've had it laying around, it's sort of got a bit more malleable, so I don't mind it now. Used it on a few jobs, and yeah, I think I can put up with it. It's definitely got strength going for it. I don't think it'll ever break. I reckon you could nearly stab it and you wouldn't get through it, but probably don't do that anyway. Down here we've just got some regular garden hose for supply, about 45 metres of that. Check out the Hose Factory in Dandenong. Hosefactory.com I think is their website. They do some pretty good, pretty reasonably priced hoses, whereas if you're buying big lengths from Bunnings it gets pretty expensive pretty quick. Under here we've got just a little mesh pre-filter. That's more for when I'm camping, gets the floaties out if we're pumping water out of a river for showers and whatnot. But then we run it through these two 10-inch filters. Ignore the red splatters, they're not blood, I promise. Back here we've got the two taps so that I can choose to either send it through this one into the tank at the back, or through this one and out to the DI tanks. Around the other side, not much exciting happening in this toolbox, just more storage. And one thing I do like is having the poles mounted up here. If you're looking for mounting options, these little rubber clamps here are from a company, I think they're called Quick Fist, so Google them. And this one here is just your Bunnings generic sort of spring-loaded clamp, which is pretty good. One thing I do like having is light when I come home late, or from setting up early. I mean, let's face it, I'm never setting up early because I don't like getting up early, but generally if I'm coming home late, these hardcore lights are really good. I used to buy the cheap eBay ones and they didn't last too long, or the mounting system never worked. As you can see, these are mounted really well. They've got the 3 different light settings there, so you can have a bright white, orange so you don't attract bugs, and an off-white. So yeah, I like them. Speaking of lights, one of my favourite features or favourite toys I put on this ute, which is not really necessary if you're a window cleaner, but I think it does add a certain pizzazz, are these. So yeah, that's my work ute / camping toy. If you've got any questions about the setup, let us know. I'll answer them if I can. Have a good one.